What's goody, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. Shout out, salute to all my kings, all my queens too. I see y'all on here. All my generals, all my real niggas. 10 tones down. You already know what it is. None but love and respect. Appreciate all the love, support. Hit that subscribe. It's definitely a wave. We got this shit going. And we're going to keep it pushing. Got a lot of shit that I want to jump into. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, as y'all know. And it's a lot of people giving their opinions on shit. You know, and I feel that that's great. You have an opportunity to make your own decision. You know what I'm saying? You believe the facts that's given to you from whatever sides and come to your own conclusion. Feel me? As you should. That's real shit. And I'm loving that. I'm seeing this man. I mean, that's what it is. That's what's up. Shout out to the bros before me. I would say that in all aspects. Like bros that started rapping before me and bros that started reaching out to the people on YouTube before me. I mean, that's the first generation. I'm the second generation. I mean, and the third generation is after me. And that's the youngins. So, I mean, any young lions out there, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely to show love. Because that's what we need now. A young lion. You know what I mean? Just doing the right thing. Trying to lead bros in the right direction. Feel me? On some real grown man shit. Real lion shit. Y'all already know what it is. Lions and men. What the fuck is a man against a lion? Nothing. That's what. So, let me address this nigga. Look, first off, let me say that I be trying to stay in tune. I stay in tune with what's going on, for the most part. There's this YouTuber, Hassan Campbell. I've been doing it for a while, whatever. Salute to him. And I agree with him sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes he loses me. Like this time. This brother, for the Bronx too, I believe. Shout out, BX. You already know how it is. BX love all day. Said that Trump is going to go down as the best president ever. And that's not all he said, but I'm going to address that first. The best president ever. Mark my words. Watch. Shit like something like that. I ain't going to quote him, but something like that. The best president ever in history. In history. So, let me inform Hassan Campbell and the people out there that are not aware of what's really going on. First off, when Trump came into office, what did he do? He got an eraser, did everything in his power to erase Barack Obama's presidency / legacy, right? He kind of succeeded, kind of failed. Because he didn't get the war that Mexico was supposed to pay for. And he didn't dismantle Obamacare, which is the health care that everybody has right now, is Obamacare. If you're not paying for it out of pocket. Now, the Democrats. This is so y'all know exactly what's going to happen. It ain't no... The Democrats are now have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. The three branches of office. They are about to completely reverse everything Trump did. Everything that they can legally do by executive order, they're going to do. And anything that the Senate and Congress, any bills that can get passed, they're going to do. They might impeach the motherfucker right now, right before he's out the door. Meaning that he can't even rerun for president again. And making sure he can't even come in here with his bullshit and have us mad divided the way that we are. Not saying that we wasn't divided before, but let's not act like he isn't the motherfucker that just came in there and went like this and Noah Ark the whole shit. He just split the fucking sea, bro. It may have been parted already, a little bit. This motherfucker came through with the bulldozer, baby. Let's not get it twisted. So for you to sit here and say that he gonna go down as the best, his legacy, nobody's gonna be talking about him but a bunch of fucking angry, crybaby, snowflake Republicans and Trump supporters. And let's not even get into all the racist ones. There's thousands of them. That's his supporters. I'm not saying that they, look, man. I follow Hassan Campbell on the gram because I caught interest in some of the content, some of the things that he said before. But bro, the shit that you saying now, like, my nigga, like, what the you like? How am I even supposed to take you serious? Cause that's some real, like, he's gonna go down as the greatest president ever. I get it. That's your opinion. It's a hell of an opinion, bro. Hell of an opinion. Because you sounding like a supporter. And then let's continue on to further comments that the brother said. He also insinuated that it wasn't Trump supporters that ransacked the spot, the Capitol. It wasn't Trump supporters that ransacked the Capitol. It wasn't people that love that motherfucker that are doing anything he says. Nah, it was Antifa. And he wasn't the one that sent them over there to do that shit. Antifa was already there. Antifa. Are you dumb? Remy Martin voice, nigga. Antifa? My man, did you watch that rally? That rally was thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of motherfuckers. If you had any stragglers in there that just want to incite something, and that doesn't mean they're Antifa. You just got motherfuckers in there that want to do something. So that's the debunk that bullshit right there. Like it's all Antifa there. What? Like, are you serious? Antifa? Did you see that rally? Did anybody see that? I'm pretty sure a lot of motherfuckers ain't watching that. You know why? Because y'all not watching Fox News. There's nothing wrong with that. People ain't into the politics. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. I mean, I actually think there is something wrong with that. Let me take that back. Y'all should try to stay a little bit more in tune. And let me not say that everybody's not, because I don't know. But if you talking the way you talking, Hassan Campbell, you sound like you don't. And you're not. So, Antifa was the ones that started the rally. That's a Trump rally for Trump supporters to debunk, dispute, whatever you want to say, invalidate the election, Mr. Campbell. That's what that rally was about. That gets tempers fired up. You in there talking, yeah, getting them hyped, and then you telling them to go down. We're gonna march down there. Even threw it out in the window like he was gonna be participating in it. Trump. We're gonna go down there. Let them know, blah, blah, blah. Now, he didn't say word for word. Go down there, invade it, violate, break, vandalism, make it the way it was. He didn't say that. But you don't have to. You mean you have, you know why he didn't have to? Because he didn't say that. He riled up the base. He riled them up. Got them lit. Was the hype man. Then what he did, I don't know if y'all aware, so I'll help y'all out. He let his son start talking all that gangster shit. We're going to let them know we're not playing. He let the mayor, y'all from New York, right? There's a lot of New Yorkers, even if you're not from New York. Shout out to everybody too. Buffalo, Jersey, I already know what it is. All 5 boroughs, upstate, Cali, Philly, all y'all, everybody, all over the place. Chicago, shout out to all the bros in the motherland. But Antifa may have, people use that word, but that word really is just an excuse for people that want to, they're attaching it to people that are just rowdied up. People that want to start shit already. Right? So they was there. But Giuliani, Rudy Giuliani, the former cocksucking mayor of New York City, literally said, I can't quote word for word, but I will paraphrase him. We gonna go in there and they gonna feel the pain. They gonna know we not playing. We gonna make it hot. We gonna pop. That's what he said in his words. And he wasn't conservative about it. I just can't quote him word for word. Go check it. It's all over online. Google it. What he said and what Donald Trump's son said at that rally, my man. The Trump rally. They had over 20, 30,000 motherfuckers. They saying it was more than that. The greatest president in history, my man. Come on, papi. Tranquilo. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds great. Antifa. So that was all Antifa. You want to say all, it was, let's say, for the amount of people, if y'all watched, during the time that they broke it in and all that. Rest in peace to the lady that got killed. She was a Trump supporter. She was right next to the people and the individuals that was kicking and breaking down the window. Literally right next. There was people around with phones. God bless that lady, so I'm pretty sure she was an Antifa. And she got shot and killed because she was next to individuals that was Antifa? Or was they Trump supporters? Because that lady was a Trump supporter right next to them. And there was thousands of people around them. There may have not been 1,000 people that rushed the building. But all those thousands of people, some of them was leaving. I watched it. But not everybody was leaving, bro. There was a lot of staying. Making it hot. So, at the end of the day, it's like, you sound out of touch. Or maybe you just, I don't know, what the fuck? You trying to be the Sean Hannity of the hood? You know what I mean? The Howard Stern of YouTube from New York City, South Bronx. Because, come on, my nigga. You really feel that he is going to be, look, like I said, we could agree to disagree. I'm not trying to shit. I'm just trying to comprehend why and how would you feel like that. And if you wasn't aware of everything that I said, hopefully now maybe you have a different opinion. Yeah, and I drink beer. So what? I'm an old nigga. So I definitely had to like address that. Cause it sounded crazy to me. Right? And to get a little bit deeper into this, because you threw in Black Lives Matter, you kind of like was throwing shade on Black Lives Matters also, and certain people and legislators, and well, let me just say people that's like grassroots, that's out there putting the work in for people in the hoods and urban communities in New York, 5 boroughs. And your stance is like what? Leave things the way they are? Like, what are we supposed to do? The justice system is fucked up. In order to fix the justice system, you must first destroy, break down, before you rebuild. But you must have also, before that, even, is something to put in place immediately. You can't do this shit piece by piece, a little bit here, a little bit there. Yo, these precincts is all fucked up because the culture has been, y'all do what the fuck we say and that's it. Right or wrong. They kill us. They don't even get indicted. They don't even get indicted because they police. The police is the only ones that do not get indicted. Law enforcement, they don't get indicted. They killing motherfuckers, shoot them up. They don't get indicted. Why? Because the justice system is aimed to protect those that work in law enforcement and obtain and uphold the law. It's geared for them to stay with the power and control, to keep the narrative the way it is, that it's just them enforcing law. And it's true. It's just these motherfuckers enforcing laws that need to be changed. And the only way you change that is how, bro? Now, I'm not on here trying to start no revolution. I'm just saying, kicking it with y'all. That's real shit. It's not a game. And then you got dudes that's over here talking about Trump is the best president and Antifa's doing, nah, that's a bunch of racist motherfuckers that want to keep shit the same way that it is. They want to make it worse. They don't want to make it better for us. Not the black and brown community. Not none of us Indios and Chinos. Real talk. Tell me I'm lying. I'm lying? Let's keep it real. So I had to address that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was basically the only issue I really had. Because it sounded crazy. And this is a dude that sometimes he says things that make sense. You know, so I'm not saying it's just that right there. Like, you lost me. You lost him. Like, the fuck? But to get into some of the comments watching the game, that's when y'all see me looking up. Right now I'm watching the game and shit. But try to get into some of the that I remember, because I ain't have time to take shit down. But I do remember it was something about with the Nietas, if like say something about any experiences I had with them all. And I really don't have a lot with the Nietas, to be honest. But I do know we was taking a lot of the ones that was official. And a lot of the ones that wasn't We was kind of discarding, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, 100%. We was taking the ones that we felt was more real because the wave was just changing during my era. Remember, I'm second generation, not the first. The first generation of Nietas was way more deeper. They would still have heads in my era also, but it just wasn't like that. We was the shit. They were supposed to be our primos or whatever, but not. It never really was like that. We just took the real ones that was ready to transition to be lions and kings, and it was that. But there was something that caught my attention that I remember this official that I want to address. One of the things, shout out to all my paisanos out there. Dímelo, ¿qué lo que? ¿Qué la vaina? He said something in the, basically more or less that that's why the trinitarios started, because they was being impressed by the kings and the bloods, right, and whoever else, I guess, right? Mainly us, because we was the biggest shit going on. I guess you could add Crips, and if you want to make it just straight Spanish and black, then I don't know, but and I must admit that when I thought about it, that's one that I feel, my personal opinion, that I actually agree that a lot of, like me, yeah, I used to sometimes oppress other Latinos, not just Dominicans, but I could see how the Dominicans could feel that they put that's the reason why they started, because they was put in that box with all the rest. Because like I told you, like if you was Spanish and you wasn't real, like, and you can't get oppressed like that. Then you could develop into something, and then you start getting your peoples and you get some real ones around you, and then you start something. You make a movement. So all you need is like one or two. That's all you need, 1 or 2 or 3 official Dominicans, and next thing you know, game on. It's like, oh shit, fuck is these niggas? And then they start and they keep on, and now they have something against us because in their minds, they part of the reason why they started. Now, I don't know the Trinitarios' history outside of Rikers Island. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I don't know the DP and the Trini history. But I do know they're in Rikers Island during my era. They definitely wasn't deep. Now, upstate, like in the 2000s, they started getting their numbers up, and now, correct me if I'm wrong, right now, I think they took over the Bloods. Like, they deeper than them now. So, it was definitely a transition. It's crazy how that shit go, right? Y'all see that path? But, I could see how that makes sense, because I seen situations and know that we used to do them dirty, man. Let me not even be around the bush. I was trying to be nice. Now we used to do them dirty, man. I seen them get done dirty a lot of time. And we used to look at Dominicans sometimes in a funny type of way, like almost like they Mexicans, because we felt like they used to look at us like they was the shit for some reason. I don't know why, how that little split happened between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, but it definitely was there. But when you get the normal motherfucker, real recognize real, like I said, and that's when that shit get put aside. But when you a kid, you ain't even giving it a chance, it is what it is, and you do stupid shit. And I could see that, because we did use, and then like the DPs, when they were starting, we used to take their heads off, man. Like, who asked you DP nigga, you coming from the Heights? You from Washington Heights, Bendito. We used to automatically, but you had shooters. I remember my Gotti. I think my boy Gotti started off as DP, and then he turned blood. But he was official though. My nigga was official. He was official. We had a lot. It was a lot. It was that nigga Johnny Blaze I told y'all about. It was in the 4 building. He had the worst cutting in the 4 building. That's just a fact. And that happened in 95, 96. Blew a nigga whole back open and see his spine. That shit was crazy. See his spine, bro. That shit opened up like this wide, B. Imagine that. He was Dominican. You know what I'm saying? From the Bronx. they had some official niggas. That nigga Canyon that I was with in Wyoming, he was official too. I mean, we kind of bump heads, but I knew that he was like, I didn't never think he was soft or anything like that. I knew he was official, and he had brought my boy Mega. You know what I'm saying? I heard stories about Caballo. Rest in peace. I believe that's like they big triple OG homie. But the point was I could see how the trinitarios felt that they was getting oppressed by the Reyes and the Bloods and everybody else, because they was treated a little bit differently. If you wasn't an official, you was kind of getting treated differently. That's a fact. It's a fact. And even if you was official, you probably it still wasn't gonna, you wasn't really going like you had to put a lot of work in. That's why you got a shout out to the ones that put all that work in. You know what I mean? Because now look, you know what I mean? But then it gets out of control. Because look at what happened to that kid in the Bronx. Rest in peace. I mean, when you get too big and there's nobody there for them to listen to guide them, to tell them what the fuck is you doing? You stupid? They do stupid shit, bro. They do stupid shit and we lose them in the system. Real talk. But I definitely could see that. But the Trinis was putting it in. You know what I'm saying? They was especially up top. Up north, they was doing their thing. Bro, definitely in Clinton. They had their own little spot. You know what I mean? They was making noise. I mean, motherfuckers get locked up. They get locked up for bodies. It's like, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, next thing you know, you living in a whole nother world and you still about your peoples and you still putting that work in. But at the end of the day, we addressed the Trini shit, right? I already shouted out the other blogs. Cause I be kind of seeing like mad indirects, mad indirects, bro. It's like, there's no need for that, man. You know? People doing their own thing. Got your own lane. You know? You stay in it. Branch off, we branch off. Right now, just keeping it a buck, like I say. Always gotta keep it 100. No lies, no games, no bullshit. I mean, just real shit. I mean, 100% real shit. Yo, I got one for y'all. So look. Now, this is how you know. This is when I was a youngin'. Literally. I did Sparfield, but I'm literally my first time going to C74 Rikers Island, right? Now, I said bits and pieces of this story before, but this one's going to be more detailed. And it's not forever either, because I ain't trying to be on here forever, but I got one for y'all. And this is for awareness. You know what I mean? For motherfuckers, like, let the kids see this shit. You know, like, y'all don't want to go through this shit or see anything like this. So more or less, I get to C74 Rikers Island, 1996. I believe it was in February. And by that time, it is what it is. But I ain't never been on the island before. And I'm not really, like, tough at all. Like, I'm a pretty boy ass nigga. I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty boy ass nigga. And at the time, I'm on probation. I'm not even crowned yet. So I get processed. I go to Mall 1. That was the reception area. Get the Mall 1. Y'all already know that situation, how it is. You get your little fucking roll up, the blanket and the soap and all that. Take it down to your bed. And you got a bunch of motherfuckers all around. Watching. Dirty motherfuckers, stinky motherfuckers, or young motherfuckers though, because this is adolescence. And you even have motherfuckers in Mall 1 trying to run shit in this reception house, right? So Oh, you know what? I'm lying. My fault. Freestyling. The stories I was about to say wasn't Mall 1. It was not Mall 1. It was not reception. It was when I got sent to Mall 8. That's right. All this shit is crazy. Check it out. So Mall 8 was I'm gonna give y'all part of it. I ain't gonna get all into it because there's more to it. So Mall 8 at that time, this is how official I am, was half PC, half MO, right? So I had a DFY warrant because I was on the run from a juvenile detention facility that I escaped from called Lincoln Hall in Katona, New York, right? That was in 1995, 1994. I still had the warrant out for my arrest for that shit when I got locked up for the new case in 96. So when I got locked up in 96, the 95, 94 case that I had, they sentenced me already. I was sentenced already for that one to 18 months in the juvenile detention facility when I escaped, because it was like no gates around there. That's a whole nother story. I could tell you it was crazy. Yo, that's a whole nother adventure. Fucking story. Because I literally escaped. I absconded from that shit. It's on my record. And anyway, I got booked like a couple of months later for this whole case that I'm telling y'all about now, which is an armed robbery on an undercover cop. It was like 8 of us that got locked up. It's crazy. But we just talking about when I got to Mall 8. So being that I had that warrant, after Mall 1, they told me I had to go to protective custody. I'm like, why the fuck do I gotta go to protective custody for? And they're like, because you technically still under the guidelines as a youthful offender. And I think I still was. I was only 16. The case that I caught when I was like 14 going on 15. So they had to put me in protective custody. But check the funny shit out. This is real talk, 100%. Anybody that was there in 1996, from February 96 up and before, and y'all was in C74, hit me up. Hit the comments up. Let me know what y'all think or what y'all heard. Because this is a true story. I go to the PC house. Once I get into the house, it's like it was just you just feel the energy. The energy was just weird. It was like weird as fuck, right? Especially for me, because now this is my first time on the island. You know what I'm saying? When I get in there, half the adolescents don't look like adolescents. Most of these niggas look like adults, to be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I come later to find out that a lot of motherfuckers was playing adolescent and was able to stay there while they was in their early 20s. Like 21, 20, and they supposed to be gone at a certain year. I forget what year it was because they changed it a couple of times. At first it was like 19, whatever, then it was 18 and whatever, but that's number one. You got a bunch of funny looking motherfuckers all in the front right there. That's the L section by the bubble. Bunch of motherfuckers look crazy. They just look crazy is the word I can say. They just look crazy. And they sent me towards the back, right? Because that was like where the open bed was at. Now, when I get to the back, I see the difference. In the back, this is where I see a bunch of like grown motherfuckers, be. Like, and it was a bunch, it was like the whole back, that where everywhere they put me at, you know, I come to find out later on, that's where everybody that like ran the house was at. And I had that last bed. But they let me know when I got there, don't worry, you'll be moving soon. I'm like, yo, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll be moving soon, whatever, right? But that's not the point. The point is this. One of the niggas that was there is this nigga called Q. Big black motherfucker, tall, rocky. I mean, had the waves, Caesar shit. This motherfucker had a Cuban link like this thick, bro. I'm talking about, he had some big fucking shit on his neck, bro. And it had the big Q piece, I believe. I forget, it was a round medallion. I think it was a Q piece on that bitch. Something. It was a nice ass round piece, bro. And it was official Cuban. So you had this other nigga there. I come to find out these names later. Named Bidulfo. Now mind you, he fighting the body. The nigga Q, he fighting the body. There's another nigga there. Name is Beachy. He's fighting the body. You got another nigga there called Fat Guard. That nigga was a fat, ugly motherfucker. I think he's from the Bronx too, but he was a grimy, shooting ass nigga though. He'll get it popping. And he was crazy. And he was fighting, who knows? I know he was fucking doing all type of shit. And who knows what the fuck he was doing. But and he had wild little scars on his face from niggas trying to shoot him. All on his, niggas blew his back open. Nigga had paws. That shit sound crazy. No homo. But motherfuckers cut him on the back. He had like a big bubble slap. Nigga had war scars all over. Like he been through it. Right? You had, now them niggas is the main ones. Them 3 or 4 that I just named. Them niggas had that house. When I say had that house on Smash, I mean, they had it on Super Smash. I ain't never been in no house, ever. And after that house, I went to Population. I was there for a little while. Then I ended up going to Population because I got sent, like, shit happens, right? And I was in different houses, man. 2 up or 4 main, 2 main, 3 up, or been in the bing, in and out, like, yo, mouth 4 lower, mouth 4 upper, all over the fucking 4 blown. But mile 8, C74, mile 8 sets you straight. That shit, when Biggie said it, like, that shit made sense when I was there. Because, let me tell you something. Them niggas wasn't playing. They had the police scared of the motherfuckers. These niggas was big motherfuckers, so I can't fall. And some nigga called Stacy from the Bronx. Shout out to Stacy. He was the one that was kind of showing me love and kind of schooling me. But he was a shifty motherfucker too. Like, you had to watch these niggas, yo. You couldn't trust. It was crazy, bro. You couldn't trust nobody, even your mans. You never can. That's why I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't digest none of that shit then. It was later, way later. But yeah, he was from Katona, I believe. Back then, the phones, y'all already know. Lit. You grab, you just calling, right? And the shit that happens that same day that I got to that house is the shit that I was going to tell y'all about. But I don't want to keep on. So that's going to be part 2. Let me just tell you that it's very interesting what happens. It's very real. 100% facts. No cap. Real talk. And I got y'all tomorrow. Hit the comments up. Hit the subscribe, share. Let me know what's going on, what y'all think. And nothing but love. Y'all already know what it is. Lions and Men. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.